Grizzlies fans, welcome into another in-season tournament game, this time against the Lakers. A very late tip, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Joining me to talk about this one, our good friend Allie Clifton. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
I'm excited to talk to you about this one because it adds a little extra, I don't know, juice with the in-season tournament. The Grizzlies 0-2, so they're going to want this one. The Lakers have just that one game, which they won. I'm gonna set the overall storyline for you, Allie, because the Grizzlies are the first team to hand the Clippers a loss at home. The Lakers are undefeated at home so far. The Grizzlies looking to get their first win streak of the year after having one win. The Lakers on a 2-game win streak. Look, the Grizzlies want this one. And there's some injuries or injury maybes. I know there's some doubtful, some questionables with LeBron and AD. So I think they're coming into this one extra hungry. Do you think that in-season tournament adds a little something for the Lakers?
I do. I'm actually a believer that it adds something for the entire league. And I think the numbers, though just over a week or so into the tournament, has provided that. I think I saw just recently that the point differential, teams are only averaging wins by 7 points a game when it comes to in-season tournament games, comparative to that of about a 12 to 13 point differential when it comes to the other regular season games. I think the NBA has done a hell of a job marketing this. I think they've brought into play a concept that has really sparked teams to, I don't know if it's more so give a little bit more, because I want to believe that as competitors, every single time these guys step out on the floor, there is that competitive nature, right, and spirit. But when there's a nice monetary value on the end of the line, when there's an opportunity to compete and win something within the overall regular season, that is as long as it is, we know that juice is real. And I loved being a part of it in Phoenix on Friday for the Lakers, and actually being in that atmosphere on the road. It felt different, and it was certainly fun to watch. So I'm excited for the Lakers. To your point of, will there be that juice for them? Does it feel different for them? Yeah, being on their home floor. This is the first night they'll be debuting their court, because those have been fun. They'll be debuting their City Edition jerseys, which are awesome. And then obviously, what happens when you get a win when it comes to this format right now. So I expect some good juice.
Do you know the color of the court? Ours is gray and gray. Is the Lakers a fun, crazy one, or was it more chill?
Yeah, no, it's yellow. The base is yellow, the bright gold, if you will, and then the purple lane.
Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. It was we had our home game against Utah last week, and it was very Memphis, because it matched our jerseys, but it was very just gray.
Yeah. I have found too, obviously being a part of the one in Phoenix, that the court doesn't seem as dramatic in person. I don't know if you felt this way too, as it looks on television. As we know, the camera can do wild things. So I do it is different. And I know fans have had their kind of mixed reviews from watching it, through the television screen. I love the idea. I love what they've done. And there's a difference when you're up close and personal with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, the TV does do crazy things, because the first day I clicked on it and it was, I forget where it was, but it was blue and something else. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Yeah. Maybe the Pacers, it was their court. I don't know, whatever. Both these teams, as they enter this, are bottom 5 in the league in offensive rating. I know from the Grizzlies end, not to make excuses or blame, but obviously you're without Ja, who was your leading scorer. You're without Steven Adams, who was your leading offensive rebound getter. And then just a whole bunch of chemistry with, Dez and Jaren being your main 2 scorers. What's been the struggle on the offensive end for the Lakers, just in terms of getting up big numbers?
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing for them, I would say for both squads, just kind of listening and watching from afar what Memphis is going through as well. Both teams are figuring it out in their own respective ways. For the Lakers, certainly as well, it's no excuse, because there's that next man up mentality. But when you're trying to build something and it comes to chemistry, cohesion, and we know how much playing off one another and rhythm matters when it comes to the offensive side of the basketball, the Lakers have been without for the majority of their season here to start early. like 4 of their rotational guys due to injuries. And so I think just trying to put all the pieces together, I often say, and it's one of the biggest compliments, it's not easy playing alongside superstars like that of LeBron James, who are just so, in terms of IQ, miles, rep, understanding. Oftentimes guys will tell you it's different because passes actually come on time, on target. You're getting them more often than maybe you're used to in other systems. And rightfully so, he is a system. And so I think just that whole, trying to put all of that together, and you've got other ball handlers like that of Austin Reeves, who came off Team USA in a long summer, and D'Angelo Russell. It's just the flow. It's the chemistry, understanding who's playing with one another, and being able to do that at a high level every single night. It's been a process, but I like where the Lakers are, and I like the direction that they're definitely heading in as they start to get healthier here over the last couple. And you've been seeing guys step up. Cam Reddish has been such a bright spot since that lineup change that Darvin made in Phoenix. The attitude and mentality of Austin Reeves, and still being able to bring it from a different role. So there's been ups and downs that we've seen. The 3-ball has not been a strong suit for them. I mean, they're shooting a league low percentage from deep right now, just 31%, but they're committed to that process. So I'd imagine that things start to turn around sooner rather than later.
You mentioned the 3-ball being a issue on their offense, which I think might be the perfect kind of swap for the Grizzlies, because I think they're bottom of the league in allowing opponents to shoot threes. Like their percentage, they were allowing like a crazy high number before the last game. It was in the high 40s. So that'll be an interesting kind of battle from the Grizzlies defense and the Lakers offense. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about was, as much as you can say it matters or doesn't matter, they're undefeated at home. They're shooting almost 50% from the field at home. The Grizzlies have had success only on the road this year. They have not won a home game. Their 2 wins have come on the road. Does Crypto.com Arena bring something different for the Lakers? Like, why do they keep showing up at home?
I would like to think simply just because that's what you're supposed to do in terms of protecting home court. It's wanting to establish that presence. But I would be kind of be lost on myself if you don't take into account just the familiarity, the comfort, just things, routine, making a difference maybe for guys. It's always an interesting trend to kind of follow throughout the regular season. And I just think for right now, it's worked, whatever it is. And it's been a short sample, right? But I think the one thing, because so many different lineups and combinations we've seen throughout all of their wins at home so far, all their 4 wins. Last game they played without LeBron James, and they still were able to get a win. Something that really doesn't happen whether you're home or away in general, without a guy like him on the floor. So I think for them, they've established something, and they're showing that they want to make it tough to play at home. And we'll see if they can keep that trend going.
Yeah. These are so difficult to do sometimes early in the season, because you're really like looking at the smallest of sample size. The Grizzlies led the league in home wins last year, and the Lakers came and won the playoff series like in our arena. So, I mean,
yeah,
but games there. So it is early. We'll talk again later in the season, but for now, it is our first in-season tournament game, the Grizzlies and the Lakers. Allie, thank you so much for coming on and breaking it down for me.
Absolutely. As always, thanks for having me.
And again, just to remind Grizzlies fans, it is a 9:30 tip. So go get some coffee. We'll be back, and we will see you in a few hours.